everyone! For our first craft for Beach Week this week, we're going to be making a 3D paper plate crab. So for this activity, you're going to need a paper plate, some red paint or red crayons or markers. If you're using paint, you're going to need a little sponge brush or paintbrush, a red piece of construction paper, glue, scissors, and a pair of googly eyes, which I sent you in the mail with most of these items. So, to start, you're going to want to take your paint or markers or whatever you're using to color your crab and start painting or coloring one side of your plate. And this is kind of fun. You can talk about different colors. Your crab doesn't have to be red. If you want to make like a rainbow crab or one that's all of your favorite colors, you can do whatever you want because it's your craft. But I'm just making mine red because that is what I have with me, and that's usually what people associate with crab colors. It's usually what we think of when we think of crabs at the beach. You don't really need a lot of paint. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then once you paint one side of your plate, if you're using paint, you're going to need to let that dry for a little while. So maybe that's when you can listen to our story time, when you're letting your paint dry, if you haven't already. And then come back to it later. So I'm just painting my side of my plate here. Almost done. Just need a little bit more. Alright, that's good enough. So once I let that dry, I'm going to move this one over, and I wash off my paintbrush because these sponge brushes are easily washable. You just run them over a little bit of water, the paint comes right out. Once I let that dry, it'll look something like that, and I do the same thing with the other side and let that side dry. Then what we want to do is take our plate and fold it in half. This is where we're going to make the crab's face. Fold it in half there. And we can glue on our eyes. Close up our paint there because we don't need it anymore. Alright, so I'm going to put my eyes right here for the crab's face. His eyes on the top of his head so we can see where he's going as he's crawling around our little beach. A little bit of glue here. The Elmer's glue is probably better than a glue stick if you have it, because googly eyes sometimes don't stick very well with glue sticks. And then you just want to press down a little bit so it, make sure it stays. Okay. Now he's got eyes. And shake them around. Look a little crazy. Alright, and now we're going to work on the legs here while those dry. So this is where you need your red construction paper. And crabs have 10 legs, so it's already folded in half for you, vertically like that. And you're going to cut across 5 times, so you make 10 legs, since it will double. So we're going to cut the first pair of legs. There. That's one pair. Two pairs. Three pairs. Four pairs. And 5 pairs. And I have a little bit extra. You could use that for some fun hair or something else on your crab if you want to add that, if you have any extra paper. And now we're going to cut our pairs in half. So we make, there's 2 legs, and another 2, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now our crab needs his legs so he can walk. And those are going to be glued to the back of your crab, or the other side. So flip him over here. And you need a little bit of glue. Just start sticking it. I start at the corner here. That's where I'm starting. Try to get about 5 on each side. A little more glue. While you're making the craft, you can talk about the other animals that you like to see at the beach. Like, there's a lot of seagulls. Maybe you see some dolphins in the water. Or some fish if you go snorkeling. You can talk about what else you like to do at the beach besides sea animals, like collecting shells. There's my 4th leg on this side. Maybe you like to lay out and sunbathe. Or go swimming. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 on that side, and you can stick them on any way you want. I just tried to get mine so they were a little spaced out. And you don't have to have all 10. You can have whatever number you want. 10 is just what I chose to do. And my other 5 go on the other side, starting at the other corner. Slidey. Slippery. 3. And last one. Oops. 5. Now you have a little paper plate crab. You can choose to write your name somewhere on the crab, maybe on the back. And like I said, you can cut apart any extra paper, maybe give him some hair or a bow, a little accessory if you want. And you can even open his mouth and add a little mouth or tongue inside with like a black Sharpie marker or something like that. You could even decorate his face, give him some eyebrows. Anything you want to do. It is your craft and your imagination. So here is my little 3D beach crab. Kind of like a puppet. You can make his mouth go. And I hope you guys had fun making him with me today. I will see you for the next craft very soon. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye guys.